What's up, everybody? This is Alia. I am so happy to be here with Theo Grace and Amelie Grace of Entheo. Welcome, you guys.
Hey, thank
Yay.
you.
Um, I love these people so much. They're extraordinary humans and talented artists, and we had a really sweet collaboration together to produce the song Opening, which appeared on Feminine Medicine Volume 1. And it was a really beautiful process to co-create with them in that way. And we are here in celebration of the release of the remix album, which just came out, Feminine Medicine Volume 1 Remixes. And the track Opening was remixed by Joe Muscatello. And yeah, I decided it would be a great idea to interview all of the people who have contributed to the feminine medicine music because it's a long list of people who are behind the music, and I really wanted you to meet them because they are all very, very talented, and I wanted you to be able to be exposed to who they are and their original music as well. So with that,
Mhm.
I would love to introduce Entheo via their bio, and then we'll chat a little bit. All right, so Entheo's EDM brings lusciousness and heart into the depths of bass music, bridging warm vocal beds and guitar melodies with moving synths and electronic beats. Entheo's sound is a gateway into the power of healing dance music. Since the Portland-based duo formed in 2012, they've released 8 albums, including ambient meditative soundscapes and down-tempo dance styles. Their intention has always been to uplift, awaken, and alchemize through their music, offering art that reflects their transformative and creative process, bringing the beauty and pain of life into harmonic, creative synergy. Beautiful intention. Yeah, and their music really does transport you. It's really extraordinary. So guys, I'd love to turn it over to you and invite you to share a little bit with everybody about your musical journey and how that's evolved over time and how you came to be producing the music you are now. And yeah, let's start there. We can...
Awesome.
Mhm.
I think it starts with Theo.
Yeah, I mean, I started Entheo when I got to Wonderland and realized I had all this creative freedom in this intentional community and all these tools at my fingertips. And I was like, well, I love electronic music. I've loved it since I was a DJ in my teenage years. So I started producing like ambient, just playing sound and production.
And this was after that he was a singer-songwriter for many years. So he started
Right.
with the guitar and singing.
Yeah, it's sort of been this ebb and flow back and forth between that raw heart bass acoustic sound and the super precise digital grimy, infinite world of electronic production.
Uh-huh.
And so when Amma and I got together, she was like a looping artist and she had all these amazing loops, and we just had this incredible chemistry in like so many levels. And we were just like, we both love music, so we're like, let's make music together. And we created Involution together, which is pretty much it's kind of like it's been this cornerstone of Entheo's electronic production, and it's been the one we've got probably the most feedback on, and it's just like the uniqueness of our creative synthesis, just like it birthed this really interesting music.
Mm.
Took a long time to finish, and I'll turn it over there because we could go into so much more detail about our journey, but that's the gist of how it began and our first collaboration.
Mm.
Yeah, and I would say that because we were a couple before we started making music. So when we entered into that container of collaboration, it really it turned up the heat.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, of course, passion wise, that's like the idealized kind of idea, but also like all of the stuff that we had to work through as people in a partnership. And so much of our process with the music has been us stepping into who we are as people, as like feeling safe to be vulnerable and shine our light, and how to do that with each other, and then make something amazing out of it. So we've been sitting on an album, creating, working on an album since 2014, which was when we last released Involution. I mean, we're talking like now it's coming up to what, 4 years of music that we've been playing live. It's been out there. People have been hearing it, some of it not. But, and we're coming to this release, and it's like this point in our, in Entheo of sort of like, we've reached this place of who are we? What are we doing this for? Why are we doing this? What's the nature of this offering? Like, do we want to go out there and tour this album and play live shows and stay up really late and go to festivals? And, you know, we have a 2-year-old son, so that sort of has stopped being really the channel, and we're starting to move more into what are the kinds of containers that would support us really sharing our medicine and music with people in the most enriching way. And so I feel like it's kind of like there's an evolution inside the containers itself, like more intentional kinds of gatherings. We play retreats a lot, like where people are there to like do the transformational work, and the music can really get in there and do its magic. So that's kind of where we're at. And yeah, I'm curious just to hear your reflection and what you might offer in response.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for sharing the nuances of the journey with us. And as you know, I so relate to this place of inquiring also into, you know, where's this music going, and what am I doing, and, you know, what evolution does this want to take, and do I want to be going out and touring versus honoring my body, maybe not doing that as much. And I think it seems like it would be a crossroads that many of us as artists might come to after doing something in a particular way for a while, and then we evolve and mature as people, and then what we want and what we need changes, and then what we want to express changes, and how we want to express. And I think that's the journey of the artist, is to explore deeply how that expression wants to evolve. I love that you're really in that inquiry with yourselves, because I think sometimes we might get on a particular path, we might start in a direction and then find ourselves pretty far down it, and then sometimes people wake up, right, and then realize that's actually not how I wanted it to go. And I think it's important to do that self-reflection along the way. So tell us a little bit about the music that will be coming out. What's the flavor of it?
It's for people who have heard Involution, it's a little farther in both directions, energy-wise. Like, it goes a little higher with its with the energy and the detail and the peaks, and then it goes a little bit, you know, deeper and even more chill in some ways than Involution did. It's quite a journey, and we've, you know, thrown out like song after song and been like, no, let's throw that one out, put this one on, and like, and working with it and working with it. And it's been really awesome and challenging. It's been hard.
Yeah.
It's like, can we just put this thing out? I feel like I'll never know what it's really like to be a pregnant woman, but I feel like I've been holding this baby, and it's like I'm at like 4 years now pregnant with this thing. It's just like, can you get out already? And it's like, no, not yet. Do it right. You don't, because I guess I had enough experiences with getting tired with the marketing and the branding and the promotion and all that side of the business. Just being like, blah, just get out there. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to be creative over here. I don't want to have to do the business. And that's been part of the maturation in the last 2 years. It's like, okay, we're always tested on our path. It's like, do you want to do this? Do you want to be an independent artist? Because this is what it requires to be an independent artist. You have to be a businessman. You have to be a promoter. You have to be a producer. Like, you can always outsource. Businesswoman.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to wear multiple hats as an independent artist. And you have to develop mastery in all these areas because no one else is doing it for you.
No.
Yeah, I so relate to that. I think most of us can relate. That process of getting the music out in the world, let alone the process of creating the music. Right? It's a very intense journey, and it requires so much stamina.
Yeah.
And energy to really see it through, and then continue to see it through for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's been a series of initiations and tests, and this release feels like the biggest yet, and it also feels like the greatest offering yet. Like, I feel like the music on it, like, there's just some real gems that have been magical and challenging, and so I'm looking forward to putting it out once we figure out what to call it and what art to put on it.
Yep.
It's pretty close to being ready.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
And I thought it might be also just sweet to just briefly share with everyone the process that we went through creating our collaboration opening, which was the very first song that I started on the Feminine Medicine Project. You guys were the first that I came and spent time with. I went to Portland and met with them for 3 days, and we got the bones of the song started. And then and it was this really fun process of like, okay, we're just gonna start from a completely clean slate, not having any particular direction yet, but just like, we're going to feel into what's in the space between us, what wants to emerge, what are the sounds. And we remember how we made all those, like, you guys seem to do this a lot in your music. You make all these like unique sounds of like, interesting things around the room.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. And then capture them, and then we a few of them then produce those into a sound that then we could like put into the song.
Yeah.
And then the journey of Amelie and I coming up with our lyrics and really tapping into the field of the theme of opening, which is which is about really opening our voice and the fears that come up in the face of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we explored really deeply those things in our own selves and our own lives in order to bring the lyrics and vocals forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then Theo had quite the journey with like going into the production. He did, the majority of the production, and we had our process with that. I think collaboration is such a dance. It's
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very intimate process. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but create a baby like that is really intimate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like with any relationship, it brings up stuff. And so we navigated a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Right. Which I love that it's just right in our bio of, we're here for that alchemy, and I think that's part of the lyrics of the song. It's like, hey, I want to face the enemy inside of me. I want to be honest with you. I have a secret, and I have these fears around my voice, and we have, there's this real human parts of ourselves that really don't often get celebrated or brought forward in the art world in a certain way. Like in a lot of ways, they do, but there's always this polished intention that seems to be with performance, and especially this kind of music. That's like that's why we've always brought forward, and I think is a lot about our presence in the world. Is like, okay, let's really go there, be honest, and work through the real stuff, and then the gold. More of that beauty, more of that gold. I loved hearing the response to opening. There was so many people that would share like how touching that song was for them, and it was like kind of surprising for me, but like, oh my gosh, wow, like, of course, kind of, in the end, like, people want to hear what's true. So, that's part of us coming on here and being like, it's been challenging. Like, this is real.
Yeah.
We need to hear the real stuff. I know. And yeah, I know so many people also have said to me that they really resonate with the song, and I think that's the beauty that can come of really putting your heart out on your sleeve in this way, and letting people actually feel it and be touched by it, and resonate with experiences in their own lives, and ultimately that's what the music on Feminine Medicine is doing. It's we're just speaking to our internal experience, and then giving it form and language, so that you all out there can feel it and resonate with it. So thank you guys so much for the journey we took together. And so everybody, so you can find Opening, our collaboration on Feminine Medicine Volume 1, and the remix by Joe Muscatello is on the Remixes album that just came out this week. And both albums are now available on all the major platforms, including Apple Play, iTunes, Spotify, and you can also download it over at Bandcamp and Beatport and other venues online. So I hope you enjoy the music, and I hope you enjoy getting to know all of these amazing artists behind the music. And thanks so much for supporting it with us and sharing the vibes around the world. So much love, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah,
it's really fun to do this with you. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And look out for the rest of the interviews that are coming out, or have already. All right. Much love.
Bye, everyone.